Hello everybody, this is Lorelei from Third Eye with Lorelei, and this is the last chakra class, crystal corner chakra class that I am going to be teaching for the chakra systems. And so this is a class that tells you about the different crystals that help to align, balance, and unblock your chakras. And today we are going to be talking about the crown chakra, which is your connection to divine source and all the heavens and whatnot. So I'm very excited to talk to you guys about that today. So as I did last week, which I thought was really cool, we just got all of these amazing singing bowls in at Crystal Bowl, and she has a crown chakra singing bowl. So I figured I'd play the note for you. As you can hear, it's a lot higher. Usually high vibration really gets the crown chakra unblocked. Chakra singing bowl. It looks like my Instagram people just went live right now. So thank you guys also so much for kind of waiting for me to kind of get the timing situation figured out. We kind of went a little bit late, but here we are talking about the crown chakra and crystals to help balance it. So that was a crown chakra singing bowl to kind of get an idea of what a crown chakra note or vibration sounds and feels like. It's very high vibration. So in general, you want to feel any sort of sensation coming from the top of your head. So I remember the first time I listened to a crown chakra singing bowl, I was with my cousin, and him and his wife had a crown chakra singing bowl, and they played it for the first time, and it literally felt like my head just popped right off. It was absolutely incredible and a little bit painful, but it was great. Still wonderful. So anyway, highly recommend the crown chakra singing bowl to help with getting this balanced and aligned and unblocked. So anyway, let's talk a little bit more about what the crown chakra is. And I, of course, have my notes here. Also, if you are just starting this crystal, utilizing crystals and whatnot to help with your journey with ascension and everything, there are two really great books for you to look into. So this one is Crystals for Beginners by Karen Fraser. This is really, really great. This is for like the very beginning of your crystal collection journey and that sort of thing. Okay, so this one's really wonderful. And then there's also the Crystal Bible by Judy Hall, which I look back on this a lot, and she gets in a little bit more detail than this one, but it's awesome. She also has a series, so there's two more books after this that are fantastic, and there's more like, special stones that maybe you don't see as frequently, but it's really great. So anyway, those are the two books that I utilize very, very frequently when I'm looking up different types of stones and crystals. Okay, so let's talk about the crown chakra. Now, the crown chakra in Sanskrit hopefully I can say this right, Sahasrara in Sanskrit. It's known as the bridge to the cosmos. It is the most spiritual in nature of all the seven chakras. It's located above the crown of the head, and it acts as the individual's center of spirit, enlightenment, wisdom, and universal consciousness. And it's your connection to higher guidance. In a sense, the crown chakra is our highest potential. It governs interaction and communication with the universe, one's sense of inspiration and devotion, and union with the higher self and the divine, and deeper understanding. Simultaneously, it is responsible for a healthy spiritual life. Some people like to think of the crown chakra as a kind of umbilical cord to the divine, whereby we as human beings are connected to the oneness of all things. Because of its direct connection, it is important that we do not conceptualize ourselves as being completely separated from the divine. Instead, that greater universal force is merely a larger expansion of the same energy which makes us up too. Okay, so the crown chakra allows for the experiences of unity and universal connectedness, as well as the integration of the whole. So it's nice to know that, especially as a lot of us think we're merely insignificant. But as you put us all together in one unified being, that's huge. So if you think of us as more of a consciousness, when you're connected not just to yourself and your greater power, but also the beings that you're with, not just human beings, but also beings that are of the earth, plants, animals, even the weather, that sort of thing. It's all very connected. This all energy, and you are connected to it in a very cosmic and also biological and chemical way. So to understand that is to understand not only you, but the cosmos itself. Okay, so it has a masculine energy and is represented by the color violet, or sometimes white, while its symbol is a circle with 1,000 petals. Elementally, it is associated with thought and silence, and its mantra is I know. Now, I have to point out the thing that's very interesting about thought and silence. Now, if you think about how the universe began, it began with seemingly nothing. And whenever you sit in meditation, a lot of people get this misunderstanding that, oh, I need to be thinking about some things it's going to help me move forward and ascend in my process and my spiritual journey. But a lot of times you just sit in silence. And I've had a lot of people be like, when I sit down, it's just black. I don't see anything, and nothing is happening. But that is where creation begins, is in the dark, in the nothing. It is the womb space, if you will. It is where everything is created. And so think of it more as a blank canvas, instead of thinking, well, there's nothing happening. But just imagine everything that we see and everything that we can perceive with our physical eyes and everything that we can perceive with our third eye and our connection was created in seemingly nothing. So when you sit down, think about the silence and in the nothing in which you have potential to create more beautiful things, okay? So just a thought. Also, in silence is when you can hear more clearly as well. You can hear what is necessary for you and what is necessary for others, and then you can also you may even be able to hear others more clearly by sitting in your silence. Okay? Now, on Earth, this woman that made this article, I love that she puts associations with the different chakra systems with places that are on Earth, which I think is very interesting and very connecting in a way, okay? So on Earth, she dubs Mount Kailash in the Tibetan Himalayas that acts as the crown chakra of the Earth. Just as there is a crown chakra in the human body, there is one on our planet that has a respective system of the Earth chakras. So the crown Earth chakra is located at Mount Kailash, a nearly 22,000 foot tall peak in Tibet, which is regarded as the crown jewel of the Himalayas, nicknamed the roof of the world. Mount Kailash is considered to be the most sacred mountain in the entire range. Now, please forgive me if I'm saying this incorrectly. It's spelled Kailash, so that kind of sounds like Kailash. If I'm incorrect, please let me know. I'm not one of those people that thinks I know everything. Please just let me know. Be like, it's actually this. So also shout out to Brianna BG for telling me the correct pronunciation of the mountain in Hawaii. I think that was last week, I believe. But either way, love you. Thank you so much for that. Okay. In fact, Tibetans consider the mountain so holy that no one dares offend the divine by attempting to climb it. So Mount Kailash seems to be the perfect location for the crown chakra because both physically and non-physically, through grandeur and sacredness, the mountain acts as the earthly embodiment of connection to spirit. So when this area is blocked or out of alignment, there are some physical symptoms that happen when this is occurring in your body. Okay, you can have some physical symptoms. So if the crown chakra is out of balance or plagued by stuck energy, A range of emotional cues can act as red flags pointing in the direction of the problem. And I feel like I've experienced a lot of these things, and I'm sure you guys have too. So common indicators of trouble with the crown chakra include difficulty meditating, difficulty feeling connected, and spiritual disinterest, as well as boredom, feeling antsy with the mundane, not feeling connected to one's purpose or wisdom, or desiring complete isolation. That one is very interesting, especially right now as, you know, we kind of went through this whole quarantine thing, and I feel like most people are wanting to come out of the isolation right now. So anyway, continue on. Perhaps the strongest signs of an unbalanced crown chakra are depression, apathy, and skepticism. Meanwhile, still others include stubbornness, excessive sarcasm. Now that is hilarious to me because I kind of work a lot with sarcasm. Like I feel like most of the people in my inner circle have that type of sense of humor and sarcasm. But you know, my one of the people in the audience is like, "What? Who are you talking about?" But anyway, excessive sarcasm. I know, Sarah. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. So anyway, excessive sarcasm. I don't really know what that looks like, but I imagine it's just very, very overly sarcastic. And I'm trying to imagine what that's like in my mind. But anyway, and narrow-mindedness. Okay, so one way to target the alignment of the crown chakra is through moving the body. Now, are we very surprised about that? Because I feel like with every single chakra system, moving the body is one way to gain balance and alignment in some way, shape, or form. Who, me? Yes, you. Okay, specific yoga asanas like headstands, for example, can be beneficial for moving energy through the crown region. Now, also, that sort of thing also brings blood to that area. So I imagine if you do some different yoga asanas like downward dog, which could be a little bit easier for you to do, or even just a forward fold, you're still gaining that, you know, that blood rush to the area, although a little bit more gently. So if you can't do a headstand or even a handstand, those would be some good alternates to try if you can't do those, okay? Let's see. Also, you can follow along with guided yoga routines, and she lists a couple that you can find on YouTube. 7th chakra yoga classes and crown chakra Yin to Yin, and then crown chakra balancing flow could be a great place to start. So even trying something as simple as lying upside down to get blood flow moving to the top of the head can help. So don't worry that being a yoga novice will help you from being able to align this chakra. Another common approach to aligning the chakra is emotional freedom technique, more colloquially referred to as tapping. So remember, we had talked a little bit about tapping with the sides here. This is very effective for anxiety and stress, is tapping on either side of the thymus right here. So I imagine the tapping that we're going to be doing is just at the top of your head. You do have a suture line that obviously closes after the age of 2, but you still have suture lines, and I imagine if you tap along the suture lines, that would be very, very beneficial to gaining energetic flow to that area. Okay. So there are plenty of non-physical tools to help balance the crown chakra as well. One such tool is visualization. This is also true for your third eye chakra balancing as well. So a form of meditation which controls the focus. So that, I think, especially for the crown chakra, the focusing aspect is especially important. So being able to hone in on what it is that you're needing to visualize to help you balance, that focus is going to be very important. For the crown chakra, imagine bright white or violet light pouring into the top of the head, or try a guided meditation designed for the crown chakra. I find that to be very helpful. Guided meditations, especially if you've had a really busy day and you're finding it hard to find that focus, having a guided meditation will help kind of direct you where you need to go. Okay, and they've got a myriad of them on YouTube. And I think it's also really important to find, it's funny because sometimes people will share YouTube meditations with me, and for some reason I can't focus because I don't like the voice of the person that's speaking. And maybe that sounds very like superficial, but if you think about somebody's voice, if it's irritating you because of the vibration or whatever, you're not going to pay attention and it's not jiving with you. So, if it's not working, find a different one, and you will find one. One of the voices will sound all right to you, but just keep trying and you'll find something that works. Okay, so one tip, which is especially helpful for those finding it difficult to meditate, is instead of being the mind, simply watch the mind. I think that's pretty interesting. I like thinking about that, like don't be in the mind, but watch the mind. Additionally, consider using earplugs while meditating to achieve a few moments of true silence, which could be hugely helpful for the alignment of the crown chakra. Along the same vein, practice intentional stillness. Lastly, use vibrations of the verbalized seed syllable Om, pronounced with an O vowel sound and not an Ah vowel sound, to target the crown chakra. So, Om. Okay? Affirmations are another way to bring the crown chakra into alignment. They can be used alone, in pairs or sets, or in conjunction with the other activities like yoga and meditation. Perhaps the simplest way to employ them is to incorporate them into a daily routine in order to create consistent spiritual mindfulness. So some of these affirmations are: I am connected to the universe and to everything around me. I am guided by something greater than myself. I have access to wisdom and peace. I honor my spirit and the divine within me. Other methods of balancing the crown chakra, including aromatherapy and crystals. So one thing I wanted to point out that I thought was really interesting is that, well, it's essential really in this whole thing, is understanding your chakra systems and understanding where you are spiritually is the work. Everything else, like crystals and all the meditations and yogas, those are tools that you use to expand your practice and expand your knowledge and your spirituality on a whole. So if you're going to these crystal shops and just buying a crap load of crystals, you'll have all of these great little tools, but if you don't know how to use them and you don't know how to incorporate them or what they're actually doing in your physical body, you're sort of at a loss in a way. So understand that when you do this work, you want to buy the tools with intention. You want to have the intention of doing, I want to balance my heart. I want to open my crown. I want to unblock my solar plexus. And you buy citrine, you buy amethyst, you buy aventurine. You buy those things so that way you know the intent in your practice. So use them as the tools that they are, which is very highly beneficial, but understand that they're tools, that the work comes from you first, okay? All right, soapbox. Well, I'll probably stay on my soapbox. I like to tangent a little bit, but what are you gonna do? So for one thing, diffusing or applying essential oils like lavender and jasmine can be calming and soothing for the crown chakra, while oils like cedarwood, sandalwood, frankincense, and myrrh can be stimulating. So while incorporating certain foods into the diet is a typical practice for the other 6 chakras in the system, the crown chakra requires something a bit different: fasting. And you know what's funny is I actually said this and I totally I was like, I think it's just fasting. I think not eating is what helps your crown chakra come back into alignment. So this is like a big validation for me. I know all of you are kind of like, okay, great, but I'm kind of stoked. I'm like, hey, got that right. So anyway, so yes, fasting, which acts as a form of spiritual nourishment rather than bodily nourishment. A period of refraining from food provides a break from worrying about physical demands so that the entire focus may be devoted to one's spirituality and higher consciousness. This should be done under the guidance of a qualified medical professional. And I do totally agree with that, because fasting isn't for everybody, but everybody fasts when they sleep, which is why we have our morning meal, which is called breakfast or break fast, right? So when you fast, when you go to sleep, that is a great way of fasting, and it makes the most sense because while you're sleeping, you actually are letting your conscious mind take a break, and you're allowing your unconscious mind to do some work without much restriction. So that's why some people, you get very intense dreams. So keep a dream journal, because that is direct communication. It's all things that are coming from divine source into your body while you're sleeping. So I think that that's very, very useful and very interesting to point out that you fast every single day. Even if you're like, I'm not doing all of that intermittent fasting, I can't do it, but you do fast every single night when you sleep. So take that into consideration. If that's something that's interesting to you, maybe you can develop a schedule in which, you stop eating at around 8 or 9 p.m. after your dinner, and then you don't eat until, just to start out, you don't eat until 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., but obviously do whatever feels right and good in your body. And if you have any autoimmune diseases like diabetes, you're going to want to make sure that you talk to your doctor first. So anyway, just putting that out there. Okay, so since the elements which correlate with the crown chakra are thought and silence, it could also be beneficial to seek out an environment which is conducive to both of those things, most notably a silent meditation retreat. So there's not a whole lot of I personally, I don't know if I can do a silent meditation retreat right now, just because, I'm a very busy lady. I got lots of stuff to do. Maybe that'll be down the line. But you can practice silent meditation, and you can do it every night if you want to before you go to sleep. That's how I do it, because I've got 1,001 hats that I wear all the time. So doing that during the day, and plus having 2 small children, that can be really, really hard. Or if you don't have kids and you have animals, or you're just really, really busy, you're not home all the time, there are very short periods of time where you can do this. And it can be maybe in your car. It may not be completely silent, but you can keep it quiet and just allow the lull of the car to be that constant sound that you can actually relax in and just be in. So there are always times and ways that you can do this, even if it's just 5-10 minutes. For me, it's before I go to bed. Before I go to bed, I sit in the dark, in the quiet, and I just be in it. So that way I can just calm down and allow my mind to sit in the dark and in the quiet, and allow things that need to happen in my head. Okay? All right, so let's talk about the best crystals for balancing your crown chakra. So I have quite a bit. I tried to dial it back a little bit just so that we're not going crazy over into an hour plus, but it's hard because I freaking love talking about crystals and all their meanings and everything. So the first one, now in general here, most crown chakra crystals, they're going to be clear. A lot of them are going to be clear, and a lot of those are amplifier stones, or they're purple and, or a pink color, but most of the time they're clear and purple. So the first 2 are obviously clear quartz, and then I have amethyst. Those are the most popular crown chakra crystals that I have. So let's talk about clear quartz first, and I will show you what clear quartz looks like. So this is a clear quartz geode, and it's, I got a little piece in there, but it's like a little cluster. You see all the clear babies in there? And then I have a cut point. It's clear quartz. Now these are very beneficial for healing work, or if you're doing meditation, because of that point, it can draw stuff in and it can help get stuff out. The most important thing about clear quartzes is that they hold energy, and so you want to make sure you clear it out. And it can also amplify negativity and positivity. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you're in an environment where maybe there's a lot of gross stuff happening. A lot of times, sometimes this can amplify it. So maybe have a different type of clearing negativity stone. Usually the black stones are really great for clearing negativity. Smoky quartz is really good for that. But this is going to amplify things. That's why it's really good to have on the top of your head to amplify this connection and keeping it very positive. Okay, so let's talk about clear quartz a little bit more. So it raises energy to the highest possible level, and it contains every color possible. Clear quartz works on all levels of being. It stores information like a natural computer, and these crystals are a spiritual library waiting to be accessed. Quartz has the ability to dissolve karmic seeds. Now, for those of you like me that didn't really know what that was, I looked it up and I have a definition, so do not worry. The residue, so karmic seeds are the residue of past life trauma, attitude, or illness that lodges in the etheric body and has the potential to develop into dis-ease or illness in the present life. It enhances psychic abilities and attunes you to your spiritual purpose. And when you use it in meditation, quartz filters out distractions, and quartz is the most efficient receptor for programming. At a mental level, quartz unlocks memory. Quartz is a master healer and can be used for any condition. It stimulates the immune system and brings the body into balance. It is excellent for soothing burns, and quartz harmonizes all the chakras and aligns the subtle body. Okay? So the next one I have, I want to talk about amethyst, and then I'll talk about the next one that I have listed, okay? So I have a couple of things of amethyst here. So this is a big geode of amethyst. I'll get you guys in there. So I like to put amethyst right next to my bed when I sleep. It's kind of like a compilation of many different crystals that I put by my bed to help with insomnia, and it helps with just overall sleep. And then this is a polished amethyst. This is a very, very popular crystal. You're going to find this pretty widely at most crystal shops. It's pretty well known. So amethyst is an extremely powerful and protective stone with a high spiritual vibration. It guards against psychic attack, transmuting the energy into love. A natural tranquilizer, amethyst blocks geopathic stress and negativity in the environment. Its serenity enhances higher states of consciousness and meditation. So back to what I was saying before with like the negativity. So amethyst would be the good thing to have to completely dispel some of that negativity and change it into love. And if you have that clear quartz, that'll be what it amplifies. So amethyst has strong healing and cleansing powers and enhances spiritual awareness. Traditionally, it was worn to prevent drunkenness and has a sobering effect on overindulgence and physical passions, supporting sobriety. Amethyst is extremely beneficial to the mind, calming or stimulating as appropriate. When you meditate, it turns thoughts away from the mundane into tranquility and deeper understanding. It helps with the decision-making process, bringing in common sense and spiritual insights and putting decisions and insights into practice. It helps, so amethyst balances out highs and lows, promoting emotional centering and balance. It dispels anger, rage, fear, and anxiety. Alleviating sadness and grief, it supports coming to terms with loss. Amethyst is one of the most spiritual stones, promoting love of the divine, giving insight into its true nature and encouraging selflessness and spiritual wisdom. It opens intuition and enhances spiritual gifts. Amethyst treats insomnia and brings restful sleep. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is sugilite. Now, I actually had no idea that this existed until relatively recently, and I absolutely love this. It's another purple stone. It's a little bit harder to find, and I just have these two little guys here. So that's sugilite. See, it's super, super dark. But hopefully the lighting, you can see some of the purple in it. But it's very dark, it's very powerful. Okay, so sugilite is one of the major love stones, bringing the purple ray energy to the earth. It represents spiritual love and wisdom and opens all the chakras to the flow of love, bringing them into alignment. Sugilite inspires spiritual awareness and promotes channeling ability. This stone finds answers to great questions like, why am I here? Where did I come from? Who am I? And what else do I need to understand? It is a useful accompaniment to spiritual quests of all kinds. This loving stone protects the soul from shocks, traumas, and disappointments and relieves spiritual tension. Sugilite is an exceptionally good pain reliever, and the manganese in sugilite clears headaches and discomforts of all levels. So I imagine if you have a headache, This would be really good to place on the area that you're feeling the pain while you lie down, and maybe that'll help. Also, making a gem elixir out of it would be very beneficial as well. Okay, on to selenite. Now I have a huge hunk of selenite, but I have some little babies that I'll show you. So
there's one under the Buddha.
Which one?
The Buddha sitting down.
Oh yeah, that's great. Thank you. Isabel's the best. Oh, you are. All right, take it back. Huge hunk of selenite. Holy moly.
Manifested.
Right. That was very quick manifestation, I must say. That was pretty great. So this is selenite. This is really good to put all of your crystal babies on when you want to clear them off and everything, because selenite is an amazing cleanser. Okay. You can get them pretty much in all sizes too. These are the ones that I brought. They're just little bars. And you don't want to put these in water at all. They'll get discolored and it'll break it down. So you want to keep this in a dry area. Okay. I like putting these above on the door frames, so that way whoever is coming in or whatever is coming in, it's like a good and here's the here's the detoxifier you're going to have to go through. So leave your crap at the door. That's one thing. Okay. So let's talk about selenite. So selenite has a very fine vibration and brings clarity of mind, opening the crown and higher crown chakras and accessing angelic consciousness and higher guidance. Pure selenite is a link to the light body, helping to anchor it to the earth vibration. Selenite is a calm stone that instills deep peace and is excellent for meditation or spiritual work. Telepathy is enhanced by each person holding a piece of pure vibrational selenite. The purest translucent white selenite has an ethereal quality and is said to inhabit the place between light and matter. I thought that was really, really interesting. An ancient stone, it is nevertheless one of the most powerful crystals for the new vibration on Earth. Okay, so this next one I actually don't have. It's apophyllite. It kind of looks like clear quartz. Actually, I wonder if I have it in this book. Hang on. I might have it, at least to look at it. Let's see. Apophyllite. Okay. So that's kind of what apophyllite looks like. It's kind of like a clustery, clear quartz looking thing with like some yellow and all that. You guys see it okay? Okay. So clear, white, green, yellowish, and peach. Okay. So apophyllite has a high water content, which makes it very efficient conductor of energy and a carrier of the Akashic record. So the Akashic record, I defined that for you guys just in case you're kind of like, what's that? So here it is. The esoteric record of all that has occurred and will occur, including past life information. So if you're somebody like me that works in past life, either reading or hypnosis, this would be a great tool to have in your arsenal, okay? And I find that a lot of these stones actually work very well to recall a lot of past life information and helping heal the trauma or anything that occurred back in that time. So that way you can move forward with more intention in your ascension process presently, okay? Its presence in a room enhances the energies as it is a powerful vibrational transmitter. Apophyllite creates a conscious connection between the physical and the spiritual realms. It promotes introspection into one's own behavior and the correction of imbalances or flaws that are perceived. Apophyllite has a calming effect and is an effective stress reducer, releasing mental blockages and negative thought patterns. It releases suppressed emotions and overcomes anxieties, worries, and fears. It calms apprehension and allows uncertainty to be tolerated. So another thing that I have to point out is I feel like a lot of anxiety and like rushing thoughts, that's all a crown chakra issue. Now, I feel like racing thoughts, that might be like an overactive crown chakra thing. So if that's the case, there are some meditations that you can do to help with that. And a lot of times it's just envisioning either an orb of light or a flower, which is very popular, kind of closing up a little bit or dimming a little bit, so that way you're not like just getting all this information and it's just overwhelming you and you have this anxiety and you've got like a million things going on in your head. That's where you need to kind of maybe shut it down just a little bit, so that way you can move forward, okay? But in general, a lot of times that imbalance, these crystals will help with kind of bringing you back into a more anxiety-free space, okay? So it calms and grounds the spirit and has a strong link to the spiritual realm, while at the same time allowing you to feel comfortable within your body. It facilitates journeys out of the body and spiritual vision. With its connection to the Akashic record, it eases journeys into past lives, okay? So that is apophyllite. Now, lavender quartz. I don't have any lavender quartz, but lavender quartz and rose quartz look almost identical. Lavender quartz is just more of a purple shade as opposed to just being very pink, okay? But I've, seen lavender quartz and I've like visualized it in different pictures and stuff like that, and it looks very similar and actually acts kind of similar to rose quartz as well, okay? So lavender quartz crystal is rose quartz with high level of titanium or manganese within it to turn it lavender. It's a rare gemstone. Like rose quartz, it is a love crystal. Lavender quartz is a stone of healing and joy. It is said to alleviate lack of self-worth and low self-esteem and helps to assist with appreciating the things around you. It has a positive effect on the mind while it dispels mental blockages, but it also brings love and joy to the carrier of the stone. Lavender quartz polished stone is soothing, calming, and reduces stress and tension. It helps to clear anger, resentment, guilt, fear, and jealousy. It helps balance emotions and heal emotional wounds and traumas, even grief, bringing peace and calm. Rose quartz is also used to ease the process of transition and dying. Metaphysical healing lore says that lavender quartz is used in crystal healing to benefit the heart, the circulatory system, fertility, headaches, kidney disease, migraines. There is like a whole lot on here. Okay, sexual dysfunction, sinus problems, throat problems, depression, addiction, earaches, slow signs of aging. Oh, I'm sorry, slowing signs of aging. I was going to say, like, why would anybody want to slow, like, no, that was right. So it does slow the sign. Apparently I need to open up my crown chakra. So it slows the sign of aging, reducing wrinkles, spleen problems, fibromyalgia, and weight loss. Rose quartz is also helpful and protective during pregnancy and with childbirth. So that's very interesting to me because I am an OB nurse. So I'm like,
Lavender quartz?
Lavender quartz.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go and get some of that. Yeah, especially for my unit. Most of the nurses are gonna be like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It's good. Don't worry about it."
I'm just gonna put it right here.
I'm just gonna put it right here. It's fine. It is also sometimes said that lavender quartz is helpful for supporting brain functions and increasing intellect. So also, lavender quartz is associated with the third eye chakra, helping you develop your ability to see, feel, and hear the messages that are sent to you from various sources. Also, lavender quartz is excellent for connecting your crown chakra to the soul chakra, which is above our heads. So we got the crown chakra, which is right here, and the soul chakra, which is right above it. Okay? Also known as the soul star. Okay, so the next one, I only have 3 more, so don't worry, okay? Oh, okay, I'm gonna try and kick it a nickel here because we got somebody else that's gonna use the room. Okay, so Caroite, which is what I'm wearing right now. So this is Caroite, and I talked about Caroite actually in the last one that we just did, because Caroite is an excellent third eye crystal as well as a crown chakra crystal. Okay, so it is a stone of transformation. It is the soul stone that overcomes fear. Caroite stimulates inner vision and spiritual insights and aids in coping with enormous change at a spiritual level. And to facilitate this, it synthesizes the heart and the crown chakras, cleanses the aura, and stimulates unconditional love. It also is really great with insomnia and sleeping. It helps with the anxiety, especially if you're trying to get to sleep. That's very, very helpful. Caroite helps with deep sleep with powerful dreams, overcomes insomnia, and gives children calm to sleep. I also saw and read that it actually helps with autistic children and people. So if you do have autism, Carolite is an excellent stone for you to have as you're working through your spiritual process, and you might have some different sensory dysregulation and whatnot. Carolite is wonderful for that. Okay, so moving right along to the Herkimer diamond. I love Herkimer diamonds. They're absolutely beautiful, and they're huge amplifier stones. I have one on my ring here. That's a Herkimer. Boop, boop, boop. And then I have a big one. This is my big Herkimer. Isn't she lovely? Herkimer. Okay, so this one's another amplification stone. It enlivens, energizes, and promotes creativity. It's a powerful attunement stone, especially the smaller ones. And it helps with clairvoyance, spiritual vision, and telepathy, linking into guidance from higher dimensions, and promotes dream recall and understanding. So it helps with unblocking your crown chakra and brings your soul's purpose forward and activates the light body. So it helps with linking people together. So it, especially if they have been parted. So each person should retain one stone. So especially if it's one person, like a significant other or a best friend, each of you will be able to feel your connection more strongly when each of you has a paired Herkimer. Okay, so this also makes an excellent gem elixir or environmental spray, especially if you are clearing. That's like I feel like the one thing that comes to mind is it's almost like a spiritual bleach, if you will. It's going to clear all the negativity out, and you will be fresh and clean, if you will. Okay, so the next one is a diamond, and I have my diamonds that my husband gave me. That's all I got, because diamonds are one of those that are very expensive. So we got what we got, and that's what I got for you. So diamonds, absolutely beautiful stones. They also have incredible symbolism behind them. It is a symbol of purity. Its pure white light can help you to bring your life into a cohesive whole. It bonds relationships, bringing love and clarity into partnership. It enhances the love of husband and wife, and it seems as a sign of commitment and fidelity. So it's been used for thousands of years. It helps with your physical eyesight and benefits the brain, and it treats allergies and chronic conditions and rebalances metabolism. Traditionally, it was used to counteract poisons. So I thought that was really interesting. Okay, the last one. And I actually kind of added this one on last minute because I was like, I gotta have this one. This is spirit quartz. I love spirit quartz. It is gorgeous, and it works very, very well with your crown chakra. So it's a supercharged quartz that radiates a high vibrational energy that radiates in all directions, while the core crystal tightly focuses healing that reaches multi-dimensions and reprograms cellular memory. What cellular memory? Cellular memory. Trying to talk fast, and it's coming out all jumbled. Memory of past life or ancestral attitudes, trauma, and patterns deeply ingrained as ongoing negative programs, such as poverty consciousness, which creates dis-ease, or are replayed in slightly different form. That is what cellular memory is, okay? Carrying the gifts of the spirit and enhancing metaphysical abilities, this stone opens the crown and higher crown chakras, aligning and purifying the entire chakra system. It helps with out-of-body journeying, ascension, multidimensional spiritual and cellular healing. It aids in sleep and insightful dreams. It helps in all metaphysical work, especially for reframing the past. It assists with the process of death for smooth transition and connects with guides and ancestors and provides comfort to those that are left behind. So spirit quartz is particularly helpful, and this I thought was really interesting, for those who give service as part of an organization, bringing cohesiveness and harmony, especially with groups centered around the service of healing. It is a stone of community unification and unconditional love. So one thing I wanted to point out is this stone to me is very semblant of Christ consciousness. And what Christ consciousness is it is the embodiment that consciousness, that is the state which all life forms of the universe are linked together in universal love and awareness. And it's the highest manifestation of divine energy. Okay, so I kind of went through that really, really fast towards the end there, but that's okay. I think we still got it. We still got it. So, you guys, let me know if you have any questions. If you feel like there's something I missed, because there's lots and lots of different crystals and stones that you can utilize to help with your crown chakra. Just listen to what your gut is telling you that you feel you need whenever you're going to a crystal shop and you're like, I need this little baby. And you know what? You can always DM me and ask me about it, and I will help you find whatever it does and how it helps you and all that, okay? If you think that you have a blocked chakra, please DM me. Let me know what I can help you with. I can help you get to whatever it is that you need to keep your spiritual ascension process moving along, okay? I love you guys. And Third Eye with Lorelei podcast is on a break right now. We'll be back with more episodes on August 7th, that's Saturday. And that will be the beginning of season 3. So be sure to check that out once the time comes. In the meantime, I'll still be doing these crystal classes. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys again soon. Go visit my website at www.thirdeyewithlorelei.com. And that's a 3RD, not THIRD. So 3RD with with Lorelei.com. Okay, you guys? I hope you have a wonderful day. And I love you all. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.